Sweet Science Brothers, it's your boy Av, and I'm back with some more boxing. The fight is upon us finally. Kell Brook versus Errol Spence. What a fight. This fight is going to determine who the official boogeyman at 147 pounds is. And this fight is also going to determine whether Errol Spence is what they say he is. Furthermore, this fight is going to determine, that Kell Brook isn't just a one-hit wonder, but Kell Brook is somebody who can consistently defeat top guys. Now, I have said in my previous video that this is a 50-50 fight, and I still hold the opinion that it's a 50-50 fight. I wasn't going to make an official prediction, but all of these Errol Spence fanboys, right? They've been in all the boxing forums, making all these videos and predictions and just doing a lot of fucking talking. A whole lot of fucking talking. And, now you guys have heard my opinion on Errol Spence. I'm an Errol Spence fan. I'm not a fanboy, but I'm an Errol Spence fan because he has the type of style that I like. Search and destroy, kill or be killed, just knock your opponents out, And, so I like Errol Spence. But at the same time, Errol Spence has not had a signature win in the sport of boxing yet. He has not fought a top name. He doesn't have any, huge win where you could be like, oh, look what he did. That's impressive. Nothing he has done thus far is impressive. Now, I understand that he's a contender, and I do understand that he's going to England to fight Kell Brook, who I consider the best welterweight right now, or the most dangerous one to face. So all the credit goes to Errol Spence for that. But my point is, from the view of boxing fans, and from the view of, people who love pugilism, people who study the craft, there is not enough evidence to justify holding the opinion that Errol Spence is going to blow Kell Brook out. And these guys are saying that he's going to blow him out, that it's an easy fight, that he's going to destroy him. And it's been getting on my nerves, honestly. It's been getting on my nerves because there's no evidence to point that out. There's nothing to substantiate those claims. It's just fucking hot air coming out of these fucking fanboys. And I don't like it because I like Errol Spence. So, it makes me dislike picking Errol Spence because I feel like I'm riding some fucking hype train, and I don't like that. And I don't think Errol Spence is a hype train. I don't. But at the same time, his fans, they're getting under my skin, because this is a dangerous fight for Errol Spence. A very dangerous fight for Errol Spence. It's a 50-50 fight. And I wasn't going to predict this fight. But since, all of this shit talk is going on, I am going to place my prediction on this fight. And I have been watching the events unfold. So I'm going to give you guys a prediction on the fight, and I'm going to make it short and brief, okay? I think that Kell Brook is going to win this fight via, 12-round unanimous decision. Or a split decision. It'll be a tough fight, but I think Kell Brook is going to win this fight. I base this opinion on facts that I can see, coming from the perspective of somebody who knows the craft, and I'm gonna explain why. So I got Kell Brook winning this fight by unanimous decision for a few reasons, but the first one being his epic win against Shawn Porter. His epic win against Shawn Porter has shown that he can deal with a pressure fighter, someone with a lot of pressure who comes aggressively and comes forward. It shows that he knows how to deal with it. Now, I've said this to a couple of other people before, and they've rebutted me by saying, oh, Shawn Porter's a midget, Shawn Porter's short, blah, 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 Kell Brook is huge, this is not a little Shawn Porter, yada, yada, yada. Well, my counter to that is, don't you dare disrespect Shawn Porter because, on the food chain, he's above Errol Spence right now. You understand? He's above Errol Spence right now because of his pedigree and the top guys that he's fought. Errol Spence has not fought the guys that Shawn Porter has fought. So for you to just throw the win against Shawn Porter in the garbage and just say, oh, that win don't mean shit because he's a short guy, he's a midget, he's this, he's that. Well, I didn't see Keith Thurman handle him being a midget and all, right? I didn't see that. I mean, Shawn Porter is a beast, and he is a tough fight for anyone at 147. Okay? So, for me, that win is better. That win against Shawn Porter is better than anything anything Errol Spence has done. But furthermore, I'm not just basing it off the win alone, but it's about the styles that contrast with each other, because Errol Spence moves forward and he's very aggressive in a similar way. Although he has much better punch placement, he appears to be more powerful, he is bigger. These are not factors I haven't considered, but my point still stands that Kell Brook, has demonstrated the ability to handle a pressure fighter without any problems. He neutralized Shawn Porter and kicked his fucking ass big time. And I've had some guys say, that was a close fight. No, it wasn't a fucking close fight. It wasn't close at all. What the fuck were you watching? What were you watching? Kell Brook versus Shawn Porter wasn't close. Shawn Porter got fucked up. Point blank period. He got fucked up. Kell Brook fucked Shawn Porter up. Simple. Beat the shit out of him. It wasn't close. What the fuck were you watching? You know what I mean? Are you scoring punches on the fucking back of the head and on the arm and all that smother shit that wasn't even connecting? Get the fuck out of here. You know, Kell Brook handled Shawn Porter easily. Easily. Okay? It was 8-4 at best, and I'm being generous. 8-4. It could have been a 9-3. He kicked that dude's ass. I don't want to hear about close fight. No, it wasn't. He came to America and he beat the shit out of Shawn Porter, who had every advantage in the fight. It was his home country, American judges, everything. You know, he didn't make it competitive enough to rob Kell Brook. Let's put it that way. And I like Shawn Porter, so I'm not disrespecting him, but he got his ass kicked. All right, I don't want to hear about this shit. Too many people keep saying that fight was close. It was not fucking close. What are you watching? Anyway, so for that reason alone, right, I determined that, okay, yeah, you know, Errol Spence is more, he seems to be a better power puncher with better placement, and he's longer and bigger. I get it. But he dominated, Shawn Porter to such an extent that I feel like, even with those extra advantages that you could see with the eye test, I feel that Kell Brook is going to be able to handle that. I do. So I think it's going to be a tough fight. I think it's going to be a close fight. I think it's going to be the type of fight that Errol Spence would probably win in the States. But this fight is happening in England. And I feel that Kell Brook, he has tremendous, I just think he has a lot of skills. I think he's a very, very complete fighter. And I know that he hasn't had the biggest fights. He gets a lot of criticism. Even from me, I've given him criticism. But I also understand that a lot of the big names were avoiding him. He was calling out Floyd Mayweather. He's mentioned Pacquiao before, calling out Amir Khan. The man was trying to get a big money fight. So in the meantime, since those guys wouldn't fight him, and he can sell tickets and sell out stadiums, yes, he fought a bunch of bums in England, like Jojo Dan, which I don't like. But I understand. The guys say, when you could sell 30,000 tickets to fight a bum and make some money, why not? I don't agree with it, but, it is what it is. Why come to America and take a risk to fight some fucking guy that, doesn't even want to... I mean, these guys didn't want to fight him. That's all I could say. Like, he already came here and beat Shawn Porter. You know what I mean? And these other guys just didn't want to fight him. So, it is what it is. He's fighting Errol Spence. So, that's all I got to say about that. Now, with Errol Spence, like I said before, I'm not saying that Kell Brook is going to beat the shit out of Errol Spence. But I think he's going to outbox him. I think it's going to be... like a 7-5, possibly 8-4 type of fight. I think Kell Brook's footwork is very good. Okay? I think his clinch game, is excellent. He knows how to clinch. He knows how to fight on the inside. He has a tremendous, tremendous uppercut. And Errol Spence, despite the fact that he's fought nobodies, bums, basically, except for Bundu and Algieri. The rest of them were all bums. And, you know, he has shown in 2 or 3 fights that he's susceptible to get hit by uppercuts. And he got buzzed too, mind you. He got buzzed against guys who are nobodies. So, Kell Brook has an absolutely beautiful, fantastic uppercut. He has a nice jab. He has good defense, good head movement. I'm telling you, he's the total package. Like, he really doesn't have many weaknesses. He doesn't. You know, and the only thing that I'm worried about in regards to this fight on Kell Brook, I'm worried about that eye. I don't know how it'll hold up. I don't know how bad it is. He claims he's been sparring and getting hit on it and he feels fine. You know, that's something that we're going to have to find out and see. Like I said before, if you see in round 2 that eye swells up like a golf ball, then you know that he's damaged goods. I mean, that's just, it is what it is. But, you know, I got Kell Brook winning a unanimous decision in a tough fight. In a tough fight in England. And, you know, but Kell Brook could win this thing. Kell Brook might knock this guy out. Errol Spence could win this thing. He could knock out Kell Brook. He could make it happen. It is a 50-50 fight. And I'm making this prediction because I didn't want to pick anyone in this fight. But I'm making this prediction because of just the insanity of these Errol Spence fans. You know, the insanity of these guys. Like, they're just saying he's gonna blow Kell Brook out. Where's the proof? Why are you saying this? What has Errol Spence done that can justify that type of statement, man? You know, it's like fanboyism to the max. Now, if he ends up knocking, you know, Kell Brook out in like 4 or 5 rounds and really blowing him out, he is what they say he is, and I will be firmly seated on the Errol Spence hype train. I'll be sitting on that train. I'll be on the bandwagon, basically, because I already like Errol Spence. But I just don't see, you know, like these predictions and what these guys are saying. I don't see how can you be comfortable saying that he's gonna just blow this guy out? What has he done that gives you that indication? Like, I've never even seen. Like, we don't know about Errol Spence's chin. We don't really know about Errol Spence's defense. I've seen him get hit. Now, did he get hit because he was fighting a bum that he didn't respect? Which I understand. When you got power and this guy has no power, why respect him, right? I get it. But maybe he doesn't have good defense. Maybe he's like that even when he's fighting a tough guy. We really don't know. You know, can he go 12 rounds? 12 hard rounds? Like, there's a lot of questions. Can he deal with somebody who is not that easy to hit, who has a good footwork? You know, we're going to find out a lot of things in this fight. And I can't wait. I'm looking forward to it. This is your boy Av, Sweet Science Brothers. Holla at your boy. Peace.